Here we go.
All right. Welcome to yoga. I am Megan, and we are going to do a yoga flow tonight. We've been focusing the last few weeks on yoga for the immune system, and so we are going to continue our journey there. And if you haven't tuned in for the last 5 weeks, no big deal. There's no prerequisites, but we're going to keep building on the information. That's all. So tonight, last week we talked about tuning into the body and how we do that and how we notice how our body feels. And we're gonna continue with that, but also we're gonna bring in something that we've worked on a few weeks ago, which is the flow of lymph and just flowing through our body. And so the flow of lymph helps to support our immune system. It is our immune system. So we are going to integrate that through some fluid movements in our yoga practice. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And let's get started. So if you have a mat, grab a mat. If you have a couple of blocks or anything else that you like to use, go ahead and grab that. As always, there's no props that are necessary, but if you have blocks, if you want to use blocks, go for it. All right, so tonight, let's start back on our backs. And if it feels good, bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. You can recline butterfly. And you can let your arms come out wide. If this does not feel good on your inner thighs or on your knees or anything else, you can extend your legs or bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. Or the other option that might feel good is taking your feet mat width apart, knees bent, feet on the floor, and then letting the knees knock in towards each other. That might also feel nice. So choose the one that feels best to you today. Let your shoulders melt down. Let your face soften. Notice how you're feeling. See if you can slow down your breath. And tuning in with this body of yours. And so tonight, like I said, we're going to be tuning in with the body and we're going to be doing some flowing movements just to help support circulation, the flow of fluids to the body. It also feels good. So if nothing else, it feels nice, right? So let your shoulders melt down, let your face be soft, and then slowly exhale all of the air out. Exhale all of the way out. We're going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hold it out. 3, 2, and 1. And then return to your natural breath. Noticing your inhale, noticing your exhale. And then on your next inhale, if your knees are out wide, use your hands. Bring your knees back towards each other, and then bring your knees into your chest. So hug your knees in, rock and roll around a little bit, massage out your lower back. Make it feel nice. And then from here, you're going to take your arms out into a T, and then rotate your hands so your palms face down towards the floor. Okay. So through here, we're gonna move side to side, but I want you to think about keeping your shoulders on the floor as we move here. So as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. This doesn't have to be a huge movement. Exhale to the left. And inhale back to center. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. So exhaling, going down to the side, inhaling back to center. And notice if you can keep your shoulders on the floor as you do this. The opposite shoulder is going to want to pop up. So if it does pop up, try not dropping your knees quite as far down. So that way you can maintain that stability through the upper back. Just keep going. If this feels really good and you want to add a little bit more in, what you can do is do the same thing with straight legs. You can go side to side. But again, judge based on how it feels for you and what you want to do today. So straight legs are bent, side to side, maybe 1 or 2 more times each side, depending on how fast your legs are moving. And we're not trying to crank out as many as we can. Remember, you're just moving with your breath, getting that movement through the hips, through the belly. And then the next time your knees fall over to the right, you're going to take them all the way over to the right, bringing your knees down to the floor, opening your heart up. Take a couple breaths here. You can turn your head to look over your left shoulder. You can keep it looking over your right shoulder. You can look up. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It just depends on what feels best on your neck. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center. And on your exhale, same thing. You're going to drop your knees over to the left, coming into your twist the other way. Make it feel nice, opening up. If you want to rotate your palms, I should have said that on the last side, but if you want to rotate your palms to face up now, if that feels better, you can do that. But inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees in. And then from here, either roll all the way over onto your right or left side, or you can rock and roll a couple times if that feels good on your back. Just whichever one feels good. Be nice to yourself. Remember, listen to your body. It'll give you some feedback. Then coming all the way up. Let's come to sit just for a moment. So finding a comfortable seat, sitting up really super tall. Lengthen your spine. And then from here, you're going to take your right hand down to your right side. On your inhale, take your left arm up and over, coming into a side stretch. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pause. So you're just following your breath. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pause. Inhale, switch. Maybe one more time each side, just because it feels nice. Keep rooting that opposite sit bone down to the floor. So you're really taking this into the side body. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then just because we're here, take your hands out in front of you. Walk your hands forward, coming into a forward fold over your legs. It doesn't have to be huge. You can be upright a little bit more. You can come way down towards the floor. And if it feels okay, tense your fingertips. So your fingertips are on the floor. And you're just going to give a little push, like you're pushing the floor away. And you'll feel yourself rock back a little bit further into your hips. Taking a breath here. And then inhale, walk yourself back up. And from here, let's come on to hands and knees. So hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Knees come underneath your hips. We're going to set up for cat-cow. So once you're there, I'll get there in a second. Once you're there, you're just going to start by moving your spine. You're going to inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round your spine and drop your head. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. Inhaling, extending, exhale, rounding. Feel the belly get involved as you move here. So inhaling, extending, and exhaling. Keep moving. Keep going. I'm going to pause for a second, but you keep going. Follow your breath. And as you move, I want you to notice where you feel sensation, or if you feel sensation in your body. And notice if there's a place in your body that feels really good. That feels really good. Just noticing. Good. And then on your next exhale, let's either go back, take your hips back towards your heels into child's pose, or tuck your toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Either one is good. Choose the option that feels best to you. So you're either in down dog or hips to heels for child's pose. Give yourself a couple breaths wherever you are. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands, coming into your forward fold at the top of your mat. Once you get there, maybe a little bend in the knees, just dangle here for a moment. And let your head be heavy, let your face be soft. Letting go of anything you feel like you're holding on to, just let it roll right off. And then on your next inhale, put a little bit bigger bend in your knees. Release whatever you got going on with your hands and slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand, stacking your spine as you go, feeling your whole spine. And then as you reach the top, inhale, reach your arms overhead. And on your exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Feeling it in. Take a deep inhale here and a deep exhale. And on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, root down through your feet, reach up through your fingertips, and then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Feel your right foot firmly planted on the floor. And as you inhale, you're going to slowly pick up your left foot and bring it all the way. Take your time to the back of your mat. Coming into a lunge. You bring the back knee down to the floor. And on your inhale, we're going to come up low lunge. Tailbone comes down, low belly lifts, heart opens up. You can keep your hands low here too. Forgot to say that. You can keep your hands low. They can stay on the floor. They can stay on your thigh. Do what you need to do. Open up your heart if it feels good. And then exhale. Hands come down to the floor. You're going to step the right foot back. Let's come into kneeling plank just for this first one today, just because we can. So kneeling plank, hands underneath your shoulders. Hands underneath your shoulders. On your exhale, you're going to lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhaling, roll up into a cobra. Roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. And then exhale, lower back down. So from here, this is a little bit weird, but just bear with me here. From here, you're going to roll over onto your right side. So you can prop yourself up here on your right elbow. It's like you're hanging out, right? So you're on your right side. You can prop up on your right elbow. Start here. See if you can let the right side of your rib cage start to melt down towards the floor. And if you want a little bit more, if this feels okay, and if you want a little bit more, you can straighten your right arm. Right hand's going to be kind of at an angle away from your right shoulder. And again, it's just like you're hanging out. Breathe. And then same thing here. You're not trying to hold yourself up. You can really melt down into that side and get into the side body. We're getting into the ribs, intercostal muscles. Breathing here. Lengthening. We also have lymph nodes that run up along and underneath the armpit. So it's good to side bend. Get some circulation in there. Movement. It's not a shape that we take a lot during the day, the side bend. So it's a good one to get in. Give yourself another couple breaths here. Notice how you feel. You can bend your knees a little bit here too. It doesn't really matter what you do with your legs. We're just really getting into that side body. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale. Again, this is a little wonky, but that's okay. You're going to roll all the way back down onto your belly. Inhale, one more cobra. Roll your shoulders back. You're going to lift your heart up any size you want to be. You can stay small, take it up a little higher. Be a big cobra today. Any size you want to be. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, press it back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels. Drop your head. Good. And then choose to stay or choose to move it right back into your downward facing dog. Feel your breath. Good. And then on your next inhale, take your time really slowly. You're going to step your left foot forward between your hands. And then from here, keep your right hand down on the floor. And you're going to open your left arm up towards the sky. Right hand can be on the floor. It can be on the block. You can even bring your right knee down. Adjust, modify, listen to your body. It will give you feedback. Open up your heart. If it feels good, take that left arm up and over your ear. Get a little bit more space in the side body. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Right foot's going to step forward to meet your left foot. So you're back in your fold. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Okay, adding on a little bit here. On your inhale, you're going to bend your knees, sink your hips, come into a chair pose. Tailbone comes down, low belly lifts. Take a breath. And on your exhale, press to stand. Hands come to heart. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. Good. Okay, side two. I'm going to switch sides. You stay where you are. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Again, you're going to root down into that left foot and slowly take your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Once you get there, bring that back knee down. Again, hands can stay low. You can bring them onto your thigh, or you can reach them all the way up. Give yourself a breath or two in that low lunge. Tailbone comes down, low belly lifts. Heart opens up if that feels okay. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. We're going to step it back. This time you can go back into plank or kneeling plank. Either option is good. Be nice to yourself here, though. Listen to your body. If it starts screaming at you, that's usually a good indicator to back off. And then on your next exhale, lower all the way down. Inhaling into a cobra. So again, you can stay small here, picking your hands up off the floor. You can come a little bit higher. Take another breath. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Okay, funky transition here. We're going to roll over onto the left side and propping yourself up on your left forearm. Right hand is wherever it wants to be for stability. It's just there to help you not fall over. So give yourself a breath. And again, instead of holding yourself up here, you can really melt down into this one as long as it feels okay in your body. Long, deep breath. Feeling that space in between the rib cage. Breathing there. And then again, choose. If this feels good, if you feel nice and supported here, you can stay. If you want a little bit more, you can straighten your left arm. You can straighten your left arm. And it's the same thing here. Instead of holding yourself up, you're kind of melting down into it and breathing. Your left hand's at an angle out away from your left shoulder. So you've got some space there. Legs are straight or legs are bent. It's up to you. Breathe. Notice how this feels. This is one of those poses I really, really like because sometimes it doesn't feel like much is happening, but I mean, you may be feeling a lot. I feel a lot in this one, but sometimes it doesn't feel as much is happening, but when you come out of it, you're like, ooh, something happened there. So just notice for you how this feels. Give yourself another breath or two. Letting the body again just sink into it, letting gravity do the work here. And then on your next exhale, you're going to slowly, again, funky transition. You're going to roll all the way back onto your belly. Inhaling one more cobra. So you're going to roll your shoulders back, open up your heart, big, little, small, any size you want to be. And then exhale, press it back into child's pose. Hips come back toward your heels, drop your head. And again, stay or transitioning into downward facing dog. Breathe. Notice your breath. Notice how this feels. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. Once you get there, pause. Make sure your knee's right on top of your ankle. And again, you're going to take your left hand down to the floor or the block. Right arm peels up towards the sky. Remember that left knee can come down here too for more support. Notice what your body needs today. Supporting your body is always a wonderful, beautiful, perfect thing to do. So support yourself however you need to. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back into your chair pose. And exhale, press to stand. Hands come to heart. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. All right. So I'm going back to the other side, but stay where you are. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Rooting down through your feet, reaching up through your fingertips. And then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. A little bit different this time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your your left foot. Step your left foot back. Coming back into that lunge. Bring your back knee down. So same thing here. You can stay. You can bring your hands onto your thighs. You can reach it all the way up. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down. Root your back heel down to the floor. And we're going to come up into warrior two. So root down through your feet. Reach up through the crown of your head. And then inhale, left hand's going to come back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Again, getting into that side body. Make it feel nice. With exhale, we're going to move into side angle pose. Elbow to thigh, or you can bring your hand towards the floor or the block. It's completely up to you. Left arm can reach up, or you can take it up and over your ear. Breathe here. Rotate your heart up towards the sky. Feel that long line between your left fingertips all the way down through your left heel. Inhale, come all the way back up. And one more time, exhale, left hand comes back to your left leg, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Lengthen and extend and breathe and feel the bottom of your feet because they're still there. And exhale, side angle pose. Again, elbow to thigh, or you can bring your hand to the floor of the block. Left arm reaches up, or you can take it up and over your ear. Remember, lower isn't always better here. So bringing your hand all the way down, if you start to feel like you're collapsing as you do that, bring it back up so you feel like you can have that long line between your fingertips and your back foot. Support yourself. Inhale, come all the way back up. Straighten your front leg. You're going to parallel your feet. So both sets of feet, both of your feet are pointing towards the long end of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, heart opens up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward and fold. Breathe. Feel your breath here. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel the energy and the space you are creating in your body. When the goal is to support the immune system, we're not trying to push ourselves to our very limit and, test the boundaries. We're playing within our own limits and noticing. And playing with the idea of noticing, of moving things around, of getting things going. We aid our digestion, we aid our circulation, we aid in the flow of lymph. We aid in calming ourselves down. And we also acquire the skill of noticing what our body needs. So from here, you're going to bring your left hand down to the floor or to the block. If you need to bend your knees here, you can do it. Just make sure they're both bending pretty evenly. No big deal. And then from here, you're going to bring your right hand to your sacrum. So right at the low back, right hand on your low back. So you're going to press your left hand into the floor. And with that pressing, you're going to start to revolve your chest to the right, stacking that right shoulder on top of your left shoulder. And then again, you can stay here, or you can take your right arm up towards the sky. Breathe. And then on your exhale, right hand comes down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So right hand comes down. It's going to come right underneath your nose. So you feel nice and supported here. Again, knees can bend a little or a lot. Just make sure both of your knees are bending the same amount. And then bring your left hand to your sacrum. So right at the base of the spine. From here, you're going to press into the right hand, start to revolve the chest to the left this time. Take a breath. Maybe take your left arm up towards the sky. Open, open, open up. Make it feel nice. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, come about halfway up. Flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. And come all the way up. Okay, so from here, turn your right foot out. Left heel is going to turn away a little bit. One more standing pose. Take your arms out into a T. Reach way forward with that right hand. You're going to bring your right hand down. Shin block our floor. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Triangle pose. I love triangle pose. So notice how you feel in it, though. Notice how it feels. Ground down through your feet. So you're really, really sturdy through your feet. And that's what gives you the ability to lengthen out through your spine. Another breath. And then inhale, bend your front knee. Back up into warrior two, just for a breath. And exhale, both hands come down to the floor. We're going to step it back. I'm going to give you the option to flow, but if you don't want to flow through the plank and lowering down, you can always go right back into child's pose or downward facing dog. So you're going to step your right foot back and either go right back down dog or child's pose, or if you want to flow, we're going to exhale and lower down. Inhale into a cobra or an upward facing dog. And if you're here with me, exhale, go back into a child's pose. Just because we get that little added element and it feels nice. And then choose to stay or back into your downward facing dog. And then give yourself a breath here. Notice your right side. Notice your left side. Notice how you're feeling. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your left foot forward between your hands. Good. Again, staying on the ball of that back foot. If it feels okay here, start to straighten that back leg. If it feels better to you to hop that back foot in a little bit so you feel more supported, go for it. So you're straightening your left leg. I don't know if I think I might have said that backwards, but your left leg is straight, front leg, and your back leg. Take that left hip back, right hip slides forward. Give yourself another couple of breaths here. And then on your exhale, bend your front knee. Step your right foot forward to meet your left foot. Come back into your fold. You're going to wiggle your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Toes turn out and heels turn in. And just for a moment, we're going to pop down into a squat. So your squat may be up a little bit higher. You may come down a little bit further. Or if it feels good to come all the way down, you can. If your heels pop up, it's no big deal. Just see if you want to like roll up a blanket or your mat, or if you got a pillow, you can slide underneath your heels. That's also a nice option. Or if you have a block, if you want to sit on your block while you squat, sometimes that's nice too. I like that variation. All kinds of variations. Again, support yourself, support your body in whatever way it needs to be supported today. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Straighten your legs. Wiggle your feet back towards each other. And give yourself a moment here, just dangle. If you want to sway side to side or shake it out, or if you want a big sigh, we can all big sigh together. Slowly exhale all the air out. Inhale, fill all the way up. And then exhale, big sigh, let it go. And again, inhale, fill all the way up. Even bigger sigh, let it go. One more time, inhale, fill all the way up. Biggest sigh yet, let it go. And then a little bend in the knee, slowly roll yourself all the way back up to stand, stacking the spine. Once you reach the top, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, opening up. Exhale, hands come to heart. All right, side two. Again, I'm going to switch sideways. Stay where you are. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back this time, and bring your right knee to the floor. Again, keep your hands low, or you can bring them up to your thigh or reach them all the way up. Go for it, whichever one feels best. Root that tailbone down. Feel like you're anchoring your pubic bone towards your rib cage. So you're getting a little bit shorter in the front of the body, but that also helps to support the back of the body. Take another breath, and then hands back to the floor. Tuck those back toes under, extend your back knee up off the floor, and then root your back heel down. We're going to come up into warrior two. Arms come out into a T. So left arm's reaching forward over your left leg, right arm's reaching back over your right leg. Give yourself a breath here, root down into your feet. And then on your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Proud warrior, uplifted warrior, exalted warrior. Feel the space you're creating. Feel the energy you're creating in your body. And then exhale, side angle pose. So elbow to thigh or hand to the floor of the block. Take that right arm. You can take it up towards the sky, or you can swim it up and over your ear. But use that length in the right arm. Use that length in the side body to open up. So don't go so low that you feel like you can't open up. Feel yourself supported. supported by your legs, supported by your torso. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. And then one more time. Exhale, right hand comes back to your right leg, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Warrior. And then side angle pose again. Hand can come, or elbow to thigh, or hand can come to the floor of the block. You can reach that right arm up, or you can swim it up and over your ear, lengthening out here. Rotating your heart up towards the sky and breathing. Feel the length of your breath. If you feel like you can't breathe, come out of it a little bit. Most important part, you got to be able to breathe. Inhale, come all the way back up. Straighten your front leg again, parallel your feet. So both feet are facing the wide side of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, heart opens up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Like bringing your hands down to the floor or towards the floor. They don't have to get all the way there. Give yourself a moment here. Just dangle. Root down into your feet. Feel your sit bones reaching back. And then inhale, come about halfway up. Bring your right hand underneath your nose. Bring your left hand to your low back. Same thing as we did last time. So you're just going to start to press into that right hand. Remember, knees can be bent a little or a lot, or you can put your hand on a block. Start to press into your right hand a lot. And with that press, allow your chest to start to revolve to the left. Try not to let your hips get involved. That's why your hand's there, to keep your hips nice and square. And then again, you can stay, or you can take your left arm up towards the sky. Feel what you feel. Notice where you feel this in your body. Notice if your mind goes directly to the drama or where the sensation is the most, and see if you can notice where that is, or where that's coming from, or where that's going. And then on your exhale, left hand comes down. Again, put your left hand underneath your nose. Right hand comes to your low back. Press into that left hand. Keep your low back nice and square as you start to revolve your chest to the right. Remember, knees can be bent a little bit or a lot. Hands can stay at your low back, or you can start to open it up. Be curious. Be curious about what you feel. Curious enough that you know that if you start to feel something bad, you abort and get out of it. But if you start to feel sensation, and sensation as in not shooting pain, but just sensation, you can explore it a little bit. What is it? Where is it? And then exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, come about halfway up, flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. Ooh. Turn your left foot forward. So your left foot's turning towards the front of your mat. Both legs are straight-ish. Arms come out into a T. You're going to reach way forward with your left hand. Left hand's going to come down, shin blocker floor. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Triangle pose. Lengthen your spine. Open up through your heart. Feel your legs and your feet supporting you. Feel the space you are creating. And then inhale, bend that front knee, come back up. Warrior two. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Pause in your lunge just for a moment, because we did on the first side. We want to keep it nice and even. And again, you're going to have the same options. You're going to have the option to go right back into your downward facing dog or your child's pose. You're going to have the option to flow in between. So choose the one that supports your body and your mind and your emotions right now, whatever you need. So when you're ready, you're going to step your left foot back. You can go right back, down dog, child's pose, or plank, or kneeling plank. Lots of options. You guys exhale, lower down if you're moving through your flow. Inhaling into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Open it up. And exhale, press it back, down dog or child's pose. Give yourself a breath. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. Notice your right side. Notice your left side. And then on your next inhale, again, take your time very slowly. You're going to step your right foot forward between your hands. And again, if it feels okay, you're going to stay on the ball of that back foot and straighten your front leg. Pyramid pose. Notice how it feels. If you want to hop your back foot in a little bit so you can ground that back heel down, you can. Sometimes that feels better to be a little more supported through your feet. So again, choose what feels best. What feels best in your body today? And remembering that your right leg doesn't have to be totally straight. A little bend or a big bend may feel better. And especially if you have a tendency to hyperextend, if you're really super flexy, keep a small bend in that knee so you're not stretching your knee. But exhale, bend your front knee. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Come back into your fold. And then again, from here, you're going to wiggle your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And one more time, we're going to pop down into that squat. Remembering that your squat could be a little bit more upright. You can come down further. You can come all the way down, wherever you need to be. Lengthen your spine. Feel the support of your feet. Feel your shoulders moving down your back. How can you support yourself in this moment? What is it that you need? What is it that you feel? And instead of jumping to conclusions, can you be curious about what's happening? And then bringing your hands down to the floor, straighten your legs. Again, wiggle your feet back a little bit towards each other so they're about hip width, maybe a little bit wider if you want them a little bit wider. And then just dangle. A couple of breaths. Knees don't have to be totally straight. Little bend, big bend. If you want to grab opposite elbows, or you can even interlace behind your back, whatever feels good. And then on your next inhale, put a little bend in your knees. Take your time, slowly roll yourself all the way back up to stand. Stacking your spine. Once you reach the top, reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart. Pause here, take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. I've got one more round of standing. It's a little bit shorter. So starting on the right side. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands. Shift your weight into your right foot. And if it feels okay, you're going to pick that left foot up and just for a moment pause with that left foot kind of hanging out back here. Square off your hips. And then exhale, land it all the way back in your lunge. Bring your back knee down to the floor. And we're all either going to stay low, thigh, or high. Open up through your heart. Take a breath. And then flowing a little bit here, on your exhale, you're going to bring your hands down, straighten your front leg. And on your inhale, you're going to bend your front knee. You can stay low or reach your arms all the way up. So exhaling, straighten the front leg. Exhaling, or inhaling, reaching up. So you're just moving with your breath. So straightening and bending. And if you're feeling wobbly, you can do this with your hands down the whole time. Bending on your inhale, straightening on your exhale. You can stay low the whole time. Or if you want to move a little bit more, if your body wants it, only if your body wants it, as you inhale, you can come all the way up. Do one or two more, just depending on where you're at and how this feels for you. And then the next time your leg is straight, you're going to pause just for a moment. Give yourself a couple breaths. If you want to flex your right toes up off the floor, you can do that. And then exhale, bend your front knee. Tuck your back toes under. Lift that back knee up and then anchor down your back heel. We're going to come back up into warrior two just for a moment. Arms come out into a T. On your inhale, take your left hand back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to move into side angle pose. So elbow to thigh. Take your elbow to the thigh for this one. Left arm either up or up and over your ear. And then inhale, we're going to go back into proud warrior. Open it up. Exhale, side angle pose. One more time. Inhaling. Back in your proud warrior. And exhaling. Inhaling into warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Parallel your feet. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, heart opens up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Good. At this time, on your next exhale, you're going to turn your right toes out so they point towards like the corner of your mat, so about 45 degrees. Walk your hands over to the right, bending your right knee, keeping your left leg straight-ish. From here, you're going to walk your hands out a little bit more if it feels good, kind of like downward facing dog, except you're on your fingertips. And breathe here. So you're going to feel this in your hips. You're going to feel this in your legs. You may also feel it in your upper body. Notice. Notice what you feel. Notice how you can support yourself here. Give yourself one more breath. And then walk your hands back in towards that front foot. You're going to turn yourself, big transition. You're going to turn that right foot all the way to the front of the mat. Pivot on the ball of the left foot. So you're back in your lunge. Here we are again. Hang out here just for a second. And then same options as last time. Down dog, child's pose, or if you want to flow, we'll move through the flow. Okay, so stepping back, going right back into your down dog or your child's pose or plank or kneeling plank and lower down. So many options. Inhale into your cobra if you're flowing. And exhaling, pressing it back. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Where do you need to be right now? But on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your left foot forward between your hands. Pause in your lunge. And from here, right hand's going to stay down. Left arm opens up. Come into your twist again. Remember that back knee can come down here if you want it down. And then on your exhale, you're going to wrap your left arm underneath your left leg, kind of like a monkey tail. And then inhale, open it back up. Exhale, wrap your arm underneath. Inhale, open it back up. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, wrap it underneath. Inhale, open it back up. 1 more. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. So we're going to pause here and chair just for a moment to get inhale here. And on your exhale, you're going to take your arms down by your sides and lean forward, like you're skiing. Inhale, chair. Exhale, half chair. Coming forward. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. If you want to sigh it out your mouth as you fold forward, you can. Inhale, come all the way up. Press the stand, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Seal it in. Ooh. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. All right, side 2. Inhale, arms reach up. Last one. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Again, shift your weight into your left foot. And if it feels okay, if you feel okay with this, you're going to take your right foot up, kind of parallel with the floor. Take a breath. Lengthen that left side. That left hip likes to roll in a little bit. See if you can keep sliding it back. And then exhale, step your right foot all the way back into your lunge. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, arms reach up, low lunge. Or you can keep your hands low. Remember, lots of options here. Good. And then we're going to move here. So same options as before. On your inhale, on your exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. Inhale, bend the front knee, maybe come up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold. So you can do this staying low. Exhale, inhale, bending the knee. And exhale, straightening the leg. Follow your breath. I've been saying it wrong a lot. So inhaling to bend and exhaling to straighten. And if you want to, remember you can go all the way up. Only if that feels nice in your body, if you feel supported doing that, if it's something that feels good today. Some days it might feel good, other days it might not. Some days a lot of movement feels better, other days it feels good to stay low. So just, again, notice. Notice the feedback from your body. Give yourself 1 or 2 more. Notice how this movement feels today. And then again, the next time that your left leg is straight, you're going to pause. A couple of breaths, maybe flex that left foot. And then when you're ready, give yourself another breath. You're going to bend your front knee, come back into your lunge. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up off the floor. Anchor down your back heel, warrior two. Going back into your warrior two. Good. And then on your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, side angle pose, elbow to thigh, right arm going to reach up to the sky or up and over your ear. Then again, inhaling, coming back. Exhaling, side angle pose. Let's do it one more time. Inhaling back into your proud warrior. Right hand comes back, left arm reaches up. Exhaling, side angle pose. Inhaling back into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, heart opens up. Exhale, hinge forward. Coming into your fold. All right, funky Skandasana variation, side two. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your left toes so they face just about the corner of your mat. It's going to be about 45 degrees. And then bend your left knee. Make sure your knee's tracking right on top of your toes, so you may need to adjust your foot a little bit depending on how, what's going on there. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands out away from your left leg a little bit. So it's like you're trying to make more space in the left side body as you press that left knee back and press your hips back, reaching your fingertips way forward. So it's like downward facing dog on your fingertips in your upper body and a variation of Skandasana in your lower body, or almost like a Spider-Man pose. And give yourself a breath here. And then on your inhale, walk your hands back around towards your left foot. You're going to pivot, big transition. Pivot on your left foot. Come back into your lunge. Stay here for a breath or two. Remember your options. There's so many. Down dog, child's pose, or option to flow one last time. So you're going to step that left foot back. Go right back, down dog, child's pose, or plank or kneeling plank. On your exhale, you're going to lower down. Inhaling into your cobra or your upward facing dog if you're flowing. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog or child's pose, whichever one feels best to you today. Take a breath. Feel your whole body. Good. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. One last thing here. Here we go. So you're going to either keep that back knee up or you can bring it down. Left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to wrap your right arm underneath your right leg. Inhaling, opening it back up. Exhale, wrap it underneath. 2 more times. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, wrap. 1 more. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, wrap. Inhale, open your arm up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down to the floor. Step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Exhale, we're going to go back into that half chair. So arms sweep back by your sides and lean forward. Inhale. Keep your weight in your heels as you move here. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Move into it, you guys. Exhale. And then hinge all the way forward. Come all the way into your fold. And from here, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you're going to step back. Go right back into your downward facing dog or your child's pose. Actually, you know what? Everybody come into child's pose. Because we can. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly roll yourself all the way up to seated and make your way right back onto your back. Almost done. So knees are going to be bent, feet on the floor. Good. And then from here, on your inhale, you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips, come right up into a bridge. If you want to do supported bridge and slide a block underneath your hips, you can always do that. Breathe. Bridge is a slight inversion. There's a slight inversion that's happening here. And it's really good for you. It's good for your digestion, which is good for your immune system. It's good for circulation. It's good for the back of the body. It's good for the front of the body. Bridge pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Good. And then while you pause here, take your feet straight up towards the ceiling. Knees can be bent a little or a lot, or they can be straight. It's completely up to you. Allowing the blood to drain out of the legs. Give yourself a moment. And then again, exhale, feet come down to the floor. Press into your feet, lift your hips, come back up into your bridge. Taking a breath or two here. Imagining there's a block between your legs, and you're not crushing the block, but you're trying to hold it there. So you're just lightly squeezing the block. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, feet come up towards the ceiling. Again, bent or straight. Completely up to you. And exhale, feet come down. One more, last bridge. Here it is. Press into your feet, lift your hips. Come up into your bridge. Open up through your heart. Lengthen through the spine. And again, while we're breathing here, I want you to notice, where do you feel it? Where do you feel sensation? Where is it coming from? What is it? Where is it going? What does it need? And then exhale, release and lower all the way down. From here, just like we started, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Feel the flow of your breath. Feel the energy you have created over the last 53 minutes in your body. And then if you can, see if you can listen to any feedback from your body. Do you feel sensation here? And just being curious about it, maybe asking yourself those questions again. What is it? Where is it coming from? Where is it going? And what does this sensation need? What does my body need? What does my mind need? What do I need? And then when you're ready, use your hands, if you can. Grab the outsides of your legs, bring your knees back in towards each other. Bring your knees up into your chest. Hug your knees in. Take your arms out into a T. Quick twist before we end. Take your knees over to the right, coming into your twist. All the way over this time. Opening up to the heart. Noticing if you feel any different than the beginning of class. If the twist does. Try not to judge it, just noticing. Just being curious about it. And inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then same side two. Drop your knees over to the right, coming into your twist. Remembering that our immune system is made up of so many factors in our body. The flow of lymph, the circulation, our digestion, our mental state, our lots of things. I just blanked. But a lot of things make up our immune system, our ability to notice, right? And so our yoga practice helps to support us in so many ways. But I feel like two of the biggest things we can do is support our level of stress by lowering our stress level, obviously, and beginning to bring awareness into the body, beginning to notice what we need. So important. So when you're ready to lower our stress, we're going to move into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. So allow yourself to start to melt down. Get really comfy. If you feel like you need any more little movements, go for it. I'm going to sit up, but stay where you are. Get comfortable. And see if just for a moment you can tune in with the flow of your breath. Tune in with any feedback from your body. And then allow yourself to let that go. We're going to have just a couple minutes of silence. I'm not going to leave, but just a couple minutes of silence. And when it's time to come out, I will let you know. So give yourself a few moments of just quiet, letting go, letting go. And then slowly, if you have the time to stay longer, please, as always, stay longer and enjoy, a nice, long, luxurious Shavasana. But if you're right at that 7 o'clock time limit, we are right there. So start by bringing awareness back into your hands and feet, head and face, wiggling your fingers and your toes, and taking your time, roll your way all the way over onto your right or left side, and use your hands to come up to seated. And again, when you're ready, bringing your hands into your heart, sealing in your practice, bowing to your body, bowing to your spirit, your inner knowing, your intuition, that when we tap into it can tell us all that we need to know. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will be back same time next week. If you have any questions or if you just want to say hi, drop me a comment. I love to see, who's here. So thank you all so much.